This church is welcome now. Some of those other ones I've been to.
Yeah, pull back.
Full
drop. No, I've seen it, yeah. So as soon as I pull back, I let go and went right over his back. Oh, it's ridiculous. And I can't believe he even heard me. I don't know if he smelled me. I was down in front of him. It's ridiculous. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Pioneer Christian Fellowship. So, did you see anything this year?
No, I was looking forward to wedding season. I really did.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Might be a seat down there.
It's cold, man. It's
yeah,
cold.
but I haven't had any success this year.
Does it matter?
I've seen some.
Because it looks like some of these are saved.
Yeah, you can just go anywhere that's not saved, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes they put stuff on the seats if it's safe.
And don't sit in the front row. Yeah. Don't sit there.
But I'm not late here.
Oh, hey, my name's John. Thank you for coming to our church. You're actually really late. It started at 10 and is 10:10 right now. There's no rooms available. I ran out of bulletin, so we have overflow seating for our visitors. Feel free to sit. Okay. Enjoy the service, sir. Nice seat, okay? A nice warm seat. Nice and warm.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi.
My name is John.
John? You got some snow in here, John. Just a moment.
Sorry.
Well, I got this shovel. Maybe I should just touch up the walk.
Yeah.
Next time, if you use the mat.
Oh, okay. Sir, what time does your service start here?
9 o'clock.
What time?
At 10.
Oh, I'm a little early. So
Yeah, you might just want to leave and come back at 10. You know, there's nothing going on right now.
I don't have anything to do. I went to Tim Hortons and there was all these people's tickets.
I guess you could have a bullet and you could look at that for a while.
Okay, maybe I'll just sit, right in. Oh.
This one's saved. That one's saved. Saved. Saver. Super saver. Double save. There might be one in this area.
That's kind of cool. Hey.
Hi.
Welcome to Pioneer Christian Fellowship.
Thanks. Is there something quiet going on in there? I need to be quiet. Not easy finding parking out there.
It's so great to see you! Thanks for coming! Hey, take a bullet in! Let's get you a seat! Come on! Jesus loves you! Hey guys, guess who's here? It's Scott Laird! And he needs a seat! Hey, I'll get you a seat! Come on! Hi, is this Pioneer Christian Fellowship? I'm new here. What time's your service start today, sir?
They're going right now in there. Hey, what's your name?
Bill
Bill what?
Rogers.
Bill Rogers. That That sounds familiar. Were you in the Arcade Herald police blotter this week?
No.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah, sir, then,
My name's Bill.
What's your last name, Bill?
Riggers. Bill Riggers. Do you feel welcome yet?
Okay. So, did you relate on those bad greetings in the church? Yeah. So, at least we know how, if you're going to picture out there, the bad greetings. So, at least we can avoid doing those. So,
Excited,
yeah, so hopefully you're also very, very excited with your guests. Just maintain your posture. Okay. All right.
Welcome, buddy.
So here's Sister Grace to share us the Christ-like greeter.
Good afternoon, I won't be long. I think everything has been said. I just read through, so it would be easy. It would be less than an hour. Okay, so we have Christ-like greeter. How to become a Christ-like greeter? Okay. First, of course, we need to have the need for a warm-hearted greeter. So what does it mean to have a warm-hearted greeter? To be a warm-hearted greeter. Okay, in your list there it says, greeters are the personification, the representative, the exemplar or the example that is in the church embodied. Their very presence is the first living impression of the church body. So of course, our personality again, some other people are shy, so it's the best place to develop our personality. Go attend and be a greeter. Okay, and always smile. Next, a warm-hearted church and a kind-hearted greeter go together like the pulpit and the sermon. Like, for example, si pastor, he's doing his preaching. He's doing his preaching in the church, inside the sanctuary, with the pulpit together. So it's the same as greeting people with, of course, your face, your smile, your personality. You don't have to go there and say, come on inside, straight ahead, turn right, that's the sanctuary. No, not like that. So, as we saw there a while ago about a bad greeter, so we don't have to be a bad greeter. So our first impression, people coming into the church, in the door of the sanctuary, they will see us. So it's the best to have our personality and our smile to be brought inside the sanctuary. Greeters are the ambassadors of the door. They are the gatekeepers in the house of the Lord, the envoy of the Lord of the house, of the Lord of the house. Yun nga, it was been discussed by Pastor earlier on as well that greeter and ushers existed even before in the Old Testament. They are the style and spirit of the church in the human form. Okay. So not just only as a greeter, maybe people will say that's the lowest ministry in the church. No, it's not. People will say that, but we are serving the highest part of the church, which is our God. Don't think about people thinking, I don't like that, and it's just very casual. But it's the best training ground, and it's the best ministry to serve the Lord as well. Okay, so the 3 reasons greeter ministry fails. First one, they lack the know-how. That is why we're here to study what to do, what would be the best skills to equip us to be a good greeter or a best usher. So this type of training is one of the best training as well. Next, they fail to see the need. Okay, they fail to see the need. So, as we study along, we will see and we will discover what are the failures that we need to see. Of course, in each person, we have our own personality, personality difficulty. Sometimes we have as what we say here, we are shy, we are not pleasant, and needs a lot of patience and humility, the lack of knowledge, those type of things. So as we go along, we will understand and we will be equipped, hopefully, with the grace of God, of course. They are more interested in orthodoxy than in the Christian fellowship. Yeah, Pastor said earlier on that what if you're going to the church, just coming in and coming out, with nobody greeting us, hello, good morning, welcome to the church. So what would be your reaction? How do you feel? Like, in old times before, when I used to go to my own church, before I know that become to know the Lord, went into the church, out into the church, and that's it. No Bible study, no CG fellowships, no nothing, just into the church and out of the church. So we have the greeters now and the ushers to follow us up after the service, pre and post service. Okay, the highest virtue among church greeters is their willingness to express human kindness. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Human kindness. We are human, so we should be kind, even to the animals. Okay, the need for human kindness. What are the needs for human kindness? I don't know if you can see that in your, it's quite bigger. The other side is smaller. So the first one is, okay, the one common denominator that brings everyone down to the same level of equality is the need for human kindness, which is why Peter placed kindness above godliness and just below unconditional love in this hierarchy of Christian graces. Here in 2 Peter 1:7 it says, unto godliness, mutual affection, and to mutual affection, love. Okay, so what are the things, or what are the kindness that we need to show? Kindness to new people who feel strange and don't know their way around. Okay, Apostle Paul wrote in his in Acts 28:2, I think, he says there that when he had the shipwreck in the island of Malta, the islanders are very welcoming. They welcome them all by putting fire, and because it was rainy and cold, so they welcome them through building the fire. And they are all strangers, but people of Malta are all they're showing kindness to Apostle Paul and the rest of the group as well. So we may have that kindness to people as well. Kindness to the elderly who increasingly feel alone. This time around, I say elderly lives here on their own most of the time. If they are not in the nursing home, they live alone. So if they come to the church, even not only, the usual members that we have, especially guests, so we need to be more kind to them. So kindness to the elderly. Okay? Kindness to the children who are outside the comfort zone. So sometimes, if we have foreigners coming in, of course we are all brown in color, or sometimes darker than brown. If they are coming in, if they are white, or they're Irish, or they're Americans, or they are from Dutch, Romania, they come into the church, they might see people like, they're big, they're tall, they're different in color. They might be, that's out of their comfort zone. They might come in and walk away. They will not come back next time. So probably the best thing to do, if they're coming in as, small children, kneel down and say, hi, hello, welcome to the church. I'm so-and-so. I welcome you. We have our Sunday school later on, so you are more than welcome to come to attend on the service or at the Sunday school. So not like that, hello, how are you? So they might think, there's different people. They might feel afraid. So that's probably one of the ideas as well, that need to stoop down on their level. Kindness to mothers with babies in their arms and toddlers at their sides. So we have plenty mommies here with With how many, who's the mother here with 4 or 5 children? Babies, small children, probably wala na. They're all grown ups. Si Ate Jovi, they're all grown ups now. So, to mothers with babies on their arms, maybe just assist them with bringing their bags, the, ano yung ganun? Car seats, trolleys. Just give them a hand. And tell them that we're so glad you are here, and there's big things awaiting for you inside the sanctuary. Kindness to people who show up regularly at the same time, at the same door every week. We only have one door. We only have one entrance here. But in some other churches, on the first video, they have how many entrances? 3 or 4?
4.
So there are people who, even though they have 3 or 4 entrances, they come only in the same entrance every Sunday. For us now, but we will claim that someday we will have 3 or 4 entrances as well. And so even though they came in that same place, just show kindness to them. Even though they think, don't need that, I know her, you know her as well, so I don't need to be greeted or to be ushered. But show kindness to them as well at the same time. Because you're not serving the people at what we said, we are serving the Lord. Kindness toward the pastor and the staff who sometimes needs an advocate at the door. In here, as what Pastor said earlier on, Pastor have a lot on his plate already. He had loads of burdens in the church. And then one member or one guest said, I don't like the pastor. I don't like the staff last week. So we don't have to go to, detailed everything to Pastor. Pastor, somebody said this and that before the service, which is not good. I think which is not advisable. I think we have to go always to the side of the pastor or the member of the church. Now, let's say, for example, we have a new guest who came here, say, last week, and then she came back again the following week, and she said something which is not nice for the pastor and for the staff of the church. Maybe you can discuss it to your head usher, and then say it to the pastor after the service. At least we will discuss, and we might know what that person feeling, why she said that. So at least after the service. So the head usher had the responsibility to say to the pastor, okay, at least we can discuss, and we have to make things clear for the next time she comes into the church. Kindness to people who have physical and mental challenges. That was explained earlier on as well. They might need special attention, or special chairs to special areas. Sometimes people who have physical and mental challenges, they want to sit on just in one corner, so you don't have to be telling him or her, come on, there go in front. No, if he prefers to sit on one side, just let him be on that side, so that you will not be causing any chaos, and at the same time to that person as well. Kindness to people who doesn't seem to need it. That's what I've said. Sister so-and-so came into the church and just goes straight and doesn't really say hi or hello to you. But don't be alarmed. It's okay. It's okay. Just keep showing your kindness to them. They're probably too familiar to each other. That's why I just go straight ahead. Or maybe she's late or he's late. I just go ahead. Don't say hello to the usher or greeter. They will not see me. Okay, there is 4 biblical qualities of good greeters. These are all self-explanatory. The first one is good reputation. Okay, so we should maintain our good reputation at all times. Life in the Spirit, to follow His leading all the time and to remain in His control. Wisdom, always ask wisdom from the Lord. Every time you go to the church, before coming into the church, 30 minutes before the time for preparation, ask wisdom from the Lord. Leave everything in the house. Sometimes we have some misunderstanding in the family, with your husband, with the children, giving out. Come on, quick, hurry up. Just leave everything at home. Ask wisdom from the Lord so that you will have your pleasant faces coming into the church, and you have to wear your smiles, as what we said earlier on. And of course, faith. We can do nothing without our faith to the Lord. Amen. Next, the four mundane qualities of good greeters. First, include some married couples and some male or female singles in your cadre of greeters. Do we have couples here? Ate May sa ushering or greeting team? Ay, no, si brother. Kayo bro, ano?
Kami ni Sister and Sister Lucy, hindi Sunday. Wala pa, Brother Sunday lang, not sure with Sister Becca and Brother Sam.
Yeah.
Sister Becca is also, but more on Brother Sam, but
So it would nice as well that, coupling the door, welcoming and greeting visitors. That would be nice as well. People who make good appearance enhance the witness for Christ and the church. Okay, so don't say to yourself, oh, I don't have that appearance to be in the front there to greet people. So that's not, don't feel like that. Don't feel so low self-esteem. Now make it sure that our esteem is only boasted for the Lord. The twin virtues of good greeter are the kindness and friendliness. So kindness and friendliness. That's very easy. Kindness and friendliness. Personal hygiene deserves personal attention. So personal hygiene, be groomed all the time when you're doing your ushering and greeting. Not only doing the ushering and greeting, wherever you go to the church, go to anywhere, personal hygiene is very important and deserve attention, personal attention. Okay. What are the 4 don'ts to remember? First, don't be proud. Share ako dito. Greeter ako dyan. No. No, don't be proud. Don't be rude. Sometimes, akala nyo yung rude, cool, that's cool. No, that's rude. Coming into the sanctuary, diretso lang, go straight, right side. No, that's not cool, that's rude. Self-seeking. No, self-seeking is not good as well. You're easily angered. Now, we have to control our temper. Sometimes, maybe children are roaming around and you feel so irritated. You don't have to be shouting on them and go sit down there. No, we should be controlling our temper all the time. And sometimes, not only easy people coming into our church, sometimes you might experience, as we know, I think that's the methadone center there on one of the buildings there. So you never know, one of the methadone clients will come into the sanctuary, doing, he might create chaos or something. So you don't get easily angered. We will discuss that later on sa emergency situation, what to do. So don't be easily angered. If they come into your church, they will cause chaos. Tawagin si Brother Sam. He's a big man. Call Brother Sam. No, not like that. Methadone is the drug addicts. So that would be. I don't know. I didn't see anybody. I see 1 or 2 the last time coming in on that side. But okay, developing a user-friendly foyer. Okay. This building of friendships and relationships may be ultimately fulfilled in the small groups. People join, but it begins in the foyer of the church or the church lobby. Normally, coming into the church, we talk about in the reception area. Now we have small chit-chats, but not too long. Too much overexcitement, it's not good. So just make sure that you spend at least 2-3 minutes with that person, and then get the usher to usher them to the sanctuary. So we have the greeter, say hi, hello, this and that, welcome to the church. Get the usher to usher them into the sanctuary. A user-friendly foyer. foyer should be clean and creative. Cleanliness and creativity is needed in the foyer. So there should be no pencils, pens scattered around, old bulletins from last week still in there. So it should be clean and creative. Christmas time, so small Christmas tree. Summertime, a little bit of summery decorations. So that will be best as well, to be nice. Provide directions to restrooms and other facilities as may be needed. Know where all the restrooms are in the church and associated buildings. If they need to be unlocked, ensure that the keys are all available. Anyway, they're all unlocked. So our toilet is not too far. So some other people who have difficulties in a wheelchair or things like that, somebody might probably usher them to the area where our restroom is. Provide a comfortable temperature in the church. If you are head usher, this will be likely be your responsibility. So need to come into the church 30 to 45 minutes before ahead of time to regulate the temperature in the building. Paint, wall coverings, and light fixtures are also one of the usher-friendly foyer. So, of course, our wall coverings, our lights, if it's blinking, needs to be changed for the people as well. Not only for the comfort of the guests, not for everyone as well. If the light is flickering in there, it's not good for our eyesight as well. An information and reception desk. So we have our information desk there, we have our reception desk. We only need people standing there in the reception desk. Greeter alertness. So you have to be alert for all what's going on outside that door, and of course into the door as well, going into the door and into the sanctuary. Who needs this? Who needs that? Oh, that person, that family needs a little chair for the child, or needs something very important for the children. So probably the greeter and the usher can communicate together for that. The next Sunday they'll come in, so we need these special things because she has a special child, she has a special equipment that needs to be done. So probably next Sunday we can accommodate her through this special, equipment or anything that we need to be done for that certain family. Readable name tags. So do we have name tags here? You can probably invest in that next time. A place for coats and hats. We have a place for coats and hats. The importance of floor coverings. So if you see a carpet that is lifted up a little bit on the side, so that could probably be changed as early as possible, because that could cause accident to children, to elderly, or to adults, or anybody. Bulletin boards. Making sure the bulletin boards are all up to date. Up to date for the next activity. Let's say, for example, next week we have wings, we have carpenters fellowship. You have to stick your information in there. Your what you call this? Your
Flyers.
flyers. Making sure that it's always updated, and take out all those old ones.
Just go on.
Okay. Next is the sanctified book table. Okay, I'm not sure if Sister Diane is still selling books. No. Logi? No, negosyo. Anyway, no supplier. Okay, so that's one of the as well. To equip people, not only the people, the guests, the reading books, reading materials are also important to equip us in our ushering or in reading ministry. Adequate space for a user-friendly foyer. I think we have an adequate space in there for our foyer, which is good. Background music. Probably soft music, Christian music would be good as well. But because our worship area is near to the foyer, so probably you don't need that in there. Probably someday, somehow, if we will have a big area, like the one we saw in the video earlier on. Drinking fountains, of course, we have to assist them to go down to the kitchen. And we still have the drinking fountains. You know, the drinking, wala na.
Bottle drinks na. Bottle drinks.
Okay. Somebody will, somebody will donate sometimes. But of course, we have to assist them. There's the kitchen, we have our waters in there, and glasses and tea and coffees. Restrooms and lounges. So we know where's the restroom. Explain to them that there's the restroom there for the children. You need to change their diapers. We have areas as well for that. Canopies and umbrellas. Probably because now it's rainy days, going up to the winter time. Probably it's good if we have a small bucket for umbrellas outside the door, before coming in, so that they won't be dripping into the corridor and going into the sanctuary. Emergency procedures. These emergency procedures will be discussed further later on. Because as what you said here, emergency procedures, sometimes, we are not built of metals and stainless and steels, things like that. We are human. Time will come. Emergencies happen. Sometimes children might fall on the floor, from the table to the floor, hit with something, fell on the ground. People might develop, cardiac arrest or something like that, fainting. So we should know what to do, who to call, what to be the procedures for that. It will be discussed by Pastor later on for further details. Telephone and message service. Probably we don't need this one because we have all our telephones and things. If there's emergency, of course we have telephones. I think everyone has telephones. We don't have telephones on the reception now. We don't need that. Lost and found. Of course, we have our lost and found section. We do keep our things at our...
In the art, yeah. We keep it in the art department.
So at least we can, in the announcement for this Sunday, we found that, something from last week's service. It's in lost and found section. Just call or inform from one of the usher team. Cards, pencils, pens, and Sunday bulletin. So making sure that all the old bulletins from Sunday or Sunday programs from last week, that's all be kept away. No pens and pencils that are been everywhere. So making sure that's all kept. And I'm sure it's all kept because when I came in this morning, the place is spotless. It's clean. Even the toilet is very clean. So that's very important that the toilet is clean. And, for the visitors. And for everyone as well, for everyone's welfare. Okay, so the summary of a greeter strategy. First, we have to have a positive attitude, remain light-hearted and personal. So, we have to change now whatever don'ts that we don't want or anything that we shy of. So we always have a positive attitude. Greet with their name. People love being addressed by their names. Make it to the point to learn it if you can. So I know I'm actually guilty of that. I'm not very good in names, but faces I remember that, but I don't know the name. But I was trying to memorize all the names if we can. Okay. Smile and keep smiling even on the phone. They can hear it in your voice that you're interested in helping them and that you really care. We don't have to be like the weird usher. What's your name? Yeah. The police report last week. Now they can sense, people can sense us at the back of on the other line. If you are anxious, if you are willing to help them or you're willing to welcome them in the next Sunday service. Shake hands properly, whether you are male or female. Firmly shake their hand, but an overpowering grip should be used. Do not squeeze a person's hand. Some hands are sensitive to pain. So just minimal, casual, and but you are showing your kindness and interest to them. Maintain eye contact. That's very important. Be prepared each day. Every Sunday, come into the church, be prepared for what will happen. Expect things that these things will happen. What will I do if he will come again? Sometimes we have guests who are, shall we say, sometimes it will be irritating or what would be best? Challenging. Other person are challenging. So be prepared this day to answer his questions or her questions. Greeters should monitor their voice. It should neither be too loud or too soft. A loud, boisterous voice is not necessary to give a positive attitude. We saw on our video the bad greeters earlier on, so we know we should not follow them. They should put on their happy face before going to their post and not to take it off. Maintain smile. Don't just be punctual, be early. They should groom themselves to look their best. Okay, again, personal hygiene. The greeter should not engage in excessive joking and kidding around with friends while serving, while others are waiting to be greeted. Hindi tayo plenty time chika-chika with one person while the other is waiting and queuing for their programs to be given to them. Don't teach children. Do make them feel special by giving them the same attention as an adult. Sometimes we do love to tease as our children. Be equally cordial and personal to the least. Be equally cordial and personable to the least, the last, and the lonely. So our kindness will be tested in here. If persons ask directions to a location, have someone walk them to the desired place. Okay, so if you have your greeter, don't stay on your post. You might get the usher to usher that person to the toilet if he needs an assistance. Making sure that if you leave your space, your spot, there should be somebody who will take over. Be a faith lifter, not a downer. So, lifter. Come to the place with your faith to the Lord and your happy faces, smiles all the time. In advance, greeters should study the forthcoming schedule of events in order to answer questions related. Yeah. So our bulletin boards are very important as well for updating what will be the upcoming activities. Take Sunday morning greeting very seriously. Amen. As per Dr. Melody Maxwell, she's an assistant professor of Christian Studies at Howard Payne University in Brownwood, Texas. Other don'ts in a greeter strategy. Don't make me stand out. Okay. Maybe we can change our strategy now. We have guests coming in and then sitting in the sanctuary. Mr. John Long, can you please stand up to be recognized? Probably we can change that. Some other people doesn't like to be, makikita sila, they will be seen by everybody. Maybe we just say, welcome Mr. John Long. Mr. John Long's over here. And then, very slight lang. We will not ask them to stand up so that you will be seen by everyone. Okay? Probably just take it easy. Just hello, Mr. John Long, welcome. Even me. When I first came to Victory Church, they asked me to stand up as well. I was so shy because there's so many people. Okay. Next is don't automatically sign me up for your mailing list. So of course we have our guest paper. You have to fill up their names. Probably don't force them to, what's your mailing address? Can you write it there? Because we have this and that. Probably we will revise our green cards. Probably we have to put tick if you're comfortable to write your mailing address, tick and write it down. If you're not, probably leave it blank. Okay, we have our friendship program. The friendship program is to call for every member to be sensitive to all persons seated with arm's length of them and to take personal responsibility for greeting everyone within that wages. It's not only for those who are greeter and ushers have the responsibility to do the greeting, but I think everyone in the church is a greeter and an usher. So siguro, if you're sitting